more proof this past week of something we already know. Racing on dirt, well, you just can't beat it. Hey, a good Saturday morning to you, and welcome to Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live. Brought to you by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. Racing radio here on Outlaw Country, AM 1400. I'm Mike Stanhope, and thanks for joining us today. Hey, we're going to be visiting with Cocopah Speedway factory stock driver Jason Beshears. Beshears coming a long way fast in the first half of the 2013 season. We'll review with him and also see what Beshears may have up his sleeve for the season's second half coming in September. First, though, a heavy schedule of out-of-town race action continuing for a number of Cocopah Speedway Racing Series regulars who've been spending their summer break out on the road. Yuma's Ty Rogers, the IMCA Northern Sport Mod local points leader, continued his two-week journey through the Midwest to Lexington, Nebraska, and Dawson County Raceway last Sunday night, where Rogers and the 8T pulled off a third-place finish in the Sunday night feature. From there, it was on to North Platte, Nebraska, for race action at the Lincoln County Fairgrounds on Wednesday, where Rogers pulled off an 8th place. A no let-up as Rogers was back at it again on Thursday night at McCook Speedway, pulling off a 4th-place finish in the feature there out of a 22-car field. And finally, on to Dodge City Raceway in Dodge City, Kansas, where Rogers last night pulled off a 7th-place finish in the Dodge City feature. Meanwhile, another contingent of Yuma-based cars made the tow over to Casa Grande last Saturday for action at Central Arizona Raceway. James Dupree in his number 84 IMCA Northern Sport Mod, Joey Essery in his number 90 Street Stock, and Rick Hibbard and the number 4 Factory Stock were all set for competition at CAR. All 3 drivers in action for heat race competition, but heavy rains wiped out the rest of the evening's race action. All 3 have indicated that they're looking to make the tow back over on August 3rd when the features from last Saturday will be made up with the night's regular race action then following. Essery and Hibbard picked up 2nd and 5th respectively in their stock heats, while Dupree picked up a 4th in his heat running with the X-Mods. Now, if all 3 drivers return for that makeup feature, Dupree would start 5th in the feature out of 17 X-Mods, while Essery would start 3rd and Hibbard 15th in the stocks. Some other results of note to pass along. Ramona's Cole Dick, driver of the number 77D IMCA Modified, who's become a somewhat regular feature at Cocopah Speedway over the past several months. He was in action last Saturday at Paris Auto Speedway in Paris, California. And victory lane for Dick as he came out of the number 8 starting position and steadily worked his way to the front to take the win over a 13-car field. Dick had earlier picked up a 4th in his heat. And that feature win at Paris actually made it 2 wins in a row for Dick, as 2 weeks earlier on July 6th, he drove the number 77D to the feature win at Verona. And finally, San Diego's Patty Ribello, driver of the number 34 Factory Stock, a feature winner earlier this year at Cocopah Speedway. She picked up a 4th in action last Saturday night over at Verona outside of San Diego. And we'd be totally remiss this morning if we did not take note of Austin Dillon's win in NASCAR's Camping World Truck Series last Wednesday night at Eldora. That was NASCAR's first major race on dirt in more than 40 years. And you've probably seen via social media, on TV, in the newspapers as well. Well, tons and tons of comments. People hoping that NASCAR will definitely consider doing it again. Want to quote here from Tony Stewart, who, of course, owns Eldora Speedway and, of course, who we were treated to see racing here in the Yuma area earlier this year. Stewart's quote, it's hard to fully understand what the real impact of this is to so many short tracks across the country. No matter how big all this gets, no matter how big NASCAR and all we do in racing gets, tonight was a perfect example of why we all do this and what the passion of racing is all about and still is. The words of Tony Stewart, of course, again, the owner of Eldora Speedway. You know he's going to be pushing for more of this. Interesting to kind of think about what the future might hold. And also a couple of interesting links on Cocopah Speedway's Facebook page, an article to check out. The secret is out. Dirt track racing shines on the big stage. That via dirtracingreport.com. You can link to it from Cocopah Speedway's Facebook page. Another article as well, looking back on that Wednesday night action, the NASCAR Camping Truck Camping World Truck Series at Eldora. That was definitely something to see. Well, hey, there's more race action coming up for another Cocopah Speedway regular tonight. Defending IMCA Modified Champion Dwayne Rogers and his DR89 up north in Prescott, planning a run tonight at Prescott Valley Raceway. That'll be Rogers' second visit to that track so far during the Cocopah summer break. One other news item of note, All-Star voting continues nationally for the IMCA Fast Shafts All-Star Invitational. IMCA Modified racers from 9 different states currently sitting in the top 15 positions. You can vote at www.imca.com. The All-Star ballot on the right side of the IMCA homepage. 3 drivers from each of the 5 IMCA Extreme Motorsports Modified regions will be elected through the IMCA website. That voting will continue through 10 o'clock on Monday. Then a second round of voting will begin later that same day as 13 more All-Stars will be elected via the IMCA Facebook page, with that voting coming to a close on Monday, August 5th. Again, all of the details on that at imca.com. And, of course, as the summer break continues at Cocopah Speedway, we'll continue to pass along news and notes on drivers from all 5 divisions that call Cocopah Speedway home. Well, up next here on Laptime Live, we visit with Cocopah Speedway factory stock driver Jason Beshears for a little look back at the season's first half and what Jason foresees when racing kicks off again in September at Cocopah Speedway. It's Racing Radio, Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. Back with more in just a moment.
No matter what type of air conditioning or heating help you need, schedule some help from 1 Hour Air Conditioning. Ready for the season? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating can help. No AC at all? 1 Hour can help. Need help upgrading your old inefficient system? 1 Hour can help. Now's the time to schedule your annual air conditioning safety inspection for just $59. Call 1 Hour today at 783-4242. Some limitations and exclusions apply.
We're always on time. You don't pay time.
Hi, I'm Russ Clark, and I've got a new home on your radio dial. Tune in Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for Outlaw Talk live and local from 6 to 8 a.m. Outlaw Talk is a great forum for local, state, and national issues, ranging from immigration to gun laws and everything in between. I'd love to take your calls, too. You can call 782-4321 and share your thoughts. It's Outlaw Talk on Outlaw Country, 6 to 8 a.m. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I hope you'll join me.
Stay, play, dine at Cocopah Casino. Stay at the Cocopah Resort and Conference Center with mini suites, executive suites, and jacuzzi tubs. Play table games like classic blackjack, over 500 of the latest video and real slot machines, and bingo, voted Yuma's best for over 10 years. And dine at the Artisan Restaurant, offering breakfast buffets, lunch and dinner menus, and mouth-watering Angus steaks. Stay, play, dine at Cocopah Casino. Live the rush.
Perfect to the letter. You just can't do better.
Summer's here. Are you ready to spruce up that boat or watercraft? Pro can provide boat letters and custom graphics. Look your best on the lake or river and make a splash. Visit Pro for your free estimate.
You just can't do better. The Pro sign. America comes to Pro.
Offer credit through HFC. 36-month lease with $3,500 down. Excludes tax, license, $595 acquisition fee, $475 dock fee, and $199.50 each. 15 cents per mile over 12,000 miles. Expires 7/28/13.
The deals are heating up in the Yuma Imperial Valley. The giant once-a-year Honda Summer Clearance event is on at Yuma Honda. Choose from a huge selection of 300 new Hondas, all clearance price. Drive new 2013 Civic LX sedans with automatic for only $119 a month. The all-new 2013 Accord LX sedan with automatic for only $169 a month. And Yuma Honda has lenders available to get you into your next vehicle. Plus, while you're here, get a free alignment inspection. Yuma Honda, 1190 East 32nd Street, or online at yumahonda.com.
Ready to achieve your college degree and advance your career? Attend Grand Canyon University. Founded in 1949, GCU is Arizona's premier private Christian university. Our expanding campus in the heart of Phoenix helps students find their purpose by applying Christian values to their education. GCU's diverse and challenging programs develop students into critical thinkers, effective communicators, and responsible leaders. We also offer a rich campus experience. Our 100-acre Phoenix campus includes a brand new recreation Center, a 5,000-seat arena, a resort-style swimming pool, and 3 new residence halls. For working professionals, GCU offers flexible evening and online courses that work with your schedule while allowing close communication with instructors. A quality education is just the beginning of our value. In fact, GCU is now as affordable as many state universities. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Pursue your degree on campus, online, or in the evening. Schedule a campus tour today. Visit gcu.edu.
And welcome back to Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, brought to you by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. In studio with us now, a man who took the plunge into the factory stock starting last year, but has particularly made a splash this year. It's Jason Beshears, driver of the number 64 factory stock. And welcome to the show this morning, Jason.
Thank you, Mike. It's a pleasure being here.
Well, glad to have you on. You've been involved in racing in one form or another for, well, going on over 20 years now. Can you kind of take us through how you first got involved and what ultimately led you to behind the wheel of a race car?
Well, it all started, I guess, in the mid-'70s. My dad used to race out at what was then Yuma Speedway. Ran a couple of years out there, and, you know, he kind of got out of it, and I don't know, it just seemed to click with me at a young age that was kind of cool, and hey, you know, I wouldn't mind kind of wanting to do that. And so it slowly progressed that once, you know, we went to Quachan, and I got to meet a lot of really, really nice people, a lot of great drivers, the Rottenbergs, Joe Jaramillo, Skip Eskew, Phil Eikamp. I mean, all these guys that were really big names back then, and just kind of progressed that way. And you know, then we came back to the Yuma Speedway, and it opened and closed and opened and closed, and I kind of helped out with some people and just tinkering around, basically just kind of being just a pit hand, you know, hand me this, hand me that, and basically kind of how it worked, and just really thought it would be kind of cool. It'd be really cool, and if I could just get behind one of these things. But it never seemed to work out in my favor, and then moved to Phoenix and kind of got away from it for a little while, and then moved to Montana, and it kind of got reborn with derby cars. Up there they have a lot of traveling series with derby cars, and worked on a couple teams there, and basically learned a lot about damage control and how to rebuild something. And then moved from Montana to Vegas and got hooked up with a gentleman that was racing out there at the Bull Ring, and wow, what a difference from dirt to asphalt. A lot different type of racing, a lot different conditions, a lot more money, I can tell you that. Mm-hmm. And it was really neat because when I was there, the Bush brothers were still actually running at the Bull Ring, and got kind of envious because their facility was actually there on the grounds at the Speedway, and they would just drive their cars right to the track.
Nice little advantage to have.
Exactly. And yeah, of course, Kyle was still driving Legends, and they were both driving super late models, and that was the division that we were in. And wow, I'll tell you that even then those guys could drive pretty good, and they were also pretty good at ruffling a lot of feathers, which they seem to have continued, you know, but what racer hasn't? And yeah, I stayed with that for a while and thought about, I actually had a guy offer me to buy his bomber. What they ran bombers there too, and asked me if I wanted to buy that, and I almost did. And then I made the decision I needed to come back to Yuma because my dad got sick, and I needed to be here for them and my mom. And well, you know, it just so happened that early last year, Brian Kerwin contacted me and asked me if I wanted to help him out. And I said, hey, yeah, I'll do it, you know, why not? And helped him out for a couple races and ended up wrecking the car. And so we got another one, and we were going to rebuild it. And I just got this wild hair up my rear end and said, you know what, I want to buy that car. And he said, okay. So pretty much that was it. I bought the car and put it in my garage, and next thing you know, in October we had ourselves a race car. But you know, during that, one thing I forgot to mention is that he allowed me to hot lap in that car, the car before we would wrecked it, and that was it. That was all I needed. Just 3 laps and I was done.
The one final thing.
The one final thing
makes the big difference
yes.
for everybody, it seems. So you're behind the wheel of a car. You get a couple of races under your belt towards the end of 2012, and you went through a big moment, a bad rollover accident out at Cocopah Speedway. What was it like coming back from that?
It was intimidating, actually. I was a little gun-shy. I was a lot of gun-shy. After that was my second race, and it was at the drop of the green flag on the main. And all I know is I crossed the stripe, and next thing I know, I'm rolling over sideways in the air. And I know that we were running the transponders then, and I recorded 1.7 seconds in the main event is what my time was recorded. And it was scary. It was probably one of the most scariest moments of my life. And I got the car home and looked at it for about a week and then kept looking at it. And I thought, I don't know if I really want to do this. As bad as I wanted to do it, that was almost enough to take me out of it. And encouragement from my family, my friends, fellow racers said, look, you can't. No, you fall off a horse, you got to get back on it. And I said, okay. So we were able to find a car, and we started work on it, and we were luckily able to get it done and ready to go back out at the very last race of last season. Most of the damage to the old car was mostly structural. It didn't hurt the motor or the transmission. I broke my rear end. I had to replace that, but excuse me. We were able to get out there, and I got in the car, and I was pretty dang nervous. I think I hung around the back for most of the heat race and then most of the main. Just trying to stay out of trouble, just trying to get the feel back. And hey, we finished the race, and I was probably the happiest guy in the state of Arizona. I didn't even know if I was going to make it back to the pits. I was ready to jump out of the car and just do cartwheels or something. I was just really happy.
Well, with that relief came basically a renewed commitment to things, because you hit the ground running pretty hard here in 2013 and sit second in the standings as we came to the season half. You got to feel pleased with how you've run so far in 2013.
Absolutely. I'm really pleased, and a lot of that credit goes to my crew. The guys make sure the car's ready, make sure that I don't really have much to worry about, at least come Friday or Saturday of race day. I like it to where we're done with the car on Fridays. Basically Saturday, all we have to do is just roll it out, dust it off, throw it on the trailer, and go racing. We've really been fortunate. We've had some really good runs. Had a lot of fun battles with a lot of different drivers, but for the most part, you got to have luck too. And like I said, we've been really lucky, and I've just tried to keep my nose clean and try to stay out of the big incidents and drive a smart race. And yeah, it's really been a lot of fun.
I've noted after one or two races, you're very candid about your own performance on the track at times, almost brutally candid sometimes in terms of, man, I could have done this better perhaps in this race. But that's part of the progression as a driver.
Yes, I do think I'm probably my worst critic, and there's times when I do let it get the best of me. There was a race here just before we went to break, a few races before break. I think I spun out 6 times in the main, and I was so embarrassed. I didn't even want to get out of the car. I just wanted to drive it on the trailer and go home. I didn't want to talk to anybody. It felt like I just completely made myself look like a complete idiot, and have everybody thinking, what the heck is this guy doing out here? It was a mistake that I made prior to the race for the setup, and I realized what I'd done. And once again, the support of other drivers came out and said, hey, don't be so hard on yourself. These things happen. You're basically a rookie. You just because you've been around it a long time doesn't mean you know everything, and I definitely don't know everything.
Always a learning experience every time anybody takes to the racetrack. No question about that. Jason Beshears is our guest today here on Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. We'll be back to visit more with Jason in just a moment.
Hi, this is Jan.
Jan, I can't believe the new RAV4 is already here.
I know. Isn't it great?
No, I missed the pre-launch. What am I going to tell all 341 followers of my cutting-edge up-to-the-second tech and design microblog?
You could be the first microblogger to test drive it. Then you can describe the new redesign, the rear-view camera.
Well, that'd be cool.
Come in this morning. You'll be the first person today to test drive the new RAV4.
I feel a little better.
Experience the all-new redesigned RAV4 right now at your local Toyota dealer. Hurry in and get amazing deals and low APRs on the new Toyota everyone's talking about. To learn more, visit your dealer today. Toyota. Let's go places.
The backup camera does not provide a comprehensive view of the rear area of the vehicle. You should also look around outside your vehicle and use mirrors to confirm rearward clearance. Cold weather will limit effectiveness and view may become cloudy.
Visit Alexander Toyota in Yuma, or for more information, please log on to toyota.com. Toyota. Did you know that one wrong decision could potentially reduce the amount your survivor will receive? Are you married or divorced and want to know the options you have? Join Yuma Investment Group Wealth Management on Wednesday, August 7th at 6 p.m. at the Yuma County Main Library to discover options and strategies you have that can help maximize your benefits and enhance your overall financial plan. This free educational seminar is sure to help you expand your knowledge on the ins and outs of your Social Security benefit. Call 329-1700 to reserve your spot today. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Electrical work can be needed for a whole variety of situations. Let Specialty Electric help you. With all the various types of electrical work in your home, it's good to have a team of professionals who can bring your home to life. Specialty Electric not only does residential work, but does quality commercial work as well. Serving Yuma for over 30 years, Specialty Electric will be there every step of the way to ensure you'll get the quality work you deserve. For all of your electrical needs, day or night, call Specialty Electric, 783-3086, where quality is our specialty.
Amanda, age 3. Tyler, age 8. Marissa, age 4.5.
We could tell you just how many child abductions last year led to Amber Alerts.
Shaniqua, age 14. Ryan, age 9.
But this isn't about cold statistics. It's about saving kids.
Terrell and Jamal, age 6 months.
Please go to wirelessamberalerts.org. Sign up to get free Amber Alert text messages on your cell phone. When an Amber Alert is issued in the areas you've chosen, you'll receive a free text message. If you spot the vehicle, the suspect, or the child described in the alert, call 911. Sign up today for free at wirelessamberalerts.org. You can imagine what the family of an abducted child is feeling.
Alexander, age 7.
If you actually did help save that child, just imagine what that would feel like. wirelessamberalerts.org. A child is calling for help. This message brought to you by the Wireless Foundation, the U.S. Department of Justice, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and the Ad Council.
The Yuma Police Department averages 40 vehicle versus pedestrian accidents a year. That's 40 too many.
We ask the driver to drive aware, the pedestrian to walk with care. Because the moment you're not aware of your surroundings could be your last moment.
Drive aware, walk with care.
One call, 3-tone net, please.
It's Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, brought to you by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. And we continue our visit this morning with Jason Beshears, sitting second in the factory stock point standings for 2013. Beshears, of course, driver of the number 64 factory stock. And Jason, welcome back to the program. Want to talk a little bit about where you sit in the season point standings, second in the standings, as we mentioned. 26 points back. In fact, you're sitting in a tie, if memory serves me correctly, with Rick Hibbert. Can you make that 26 points up on the points leader, Miles Morris?
It's going to be tough. I think we might have something for him. I think it may take a little bit of luck on our side, and of course, don't really want to wish any bad fortune on anyone, but sometimes you get a lead like that, and it's really hard to overcome, especially with the way we run so close together. It seems like, every race that we run out there, though myself, Rick, Miles, and Jordan, we're all right there. Any one of us could pull it off, and it would only take, a minor, or temporary misjudgment on one of our parts to take us completely out of it. And it's going to be tough, but I think we can do it. I really do. I I believe that we're set up and ready to get a win the second half of the season. But it's going to be hard.
The points would be nice, but kind of sounds to me like the goal for the second half would be to get that win.
Absolutely. We really worked hard at trying to get it at the beginning part of the season, and we were very close on many occasions. A couple errors on my part. Basically took myself out of it. Well, not really take myself out of it, but just didn't give me the opportunity to be where I wanted to be towards the end of the race. But the second half, I believe I've learned a little bit more. I know I've learned a lot more, but I think we can do it. If the things that we've done to the car during this break here make a lot of difference, I believe we can do it.
Talked about goal for second half of the season, but let's talk a little bit further out, 5 years out, 10 years out. Where would you like to be? What would you like to be doing?
Probably driving in the truck series.
I love it.
Man, that would be awesome to race on Eldora. That was just something else. I've really got this thing in the back of my mind about a sport mod or maybe a modified. My wife doesn't necessarily like the idea. She kind of likes the idea of the factory stock because it's, semi not as expensive, but it's still expensive all the way around. And I keep telling her, you've raced the car twice. If I was to build another one, then, and that kind of starts changing her mind a little bit.
Stephanie, looking forward to getting back behind the wheel. We've seen her in powder puff action.
Absolutely. She basically can't wait until the race in December. We've got a whiteboard in the garage, and she's already written on there that I need to readjust the seat so that she can sit in it.
We've got the transition, of course, to full IMCA rules for all of the divisions at Cocopah Speedway underway. Your car getting real close?
Yeah, we're pretty close. There's a couple minor changes we need to make here and there. It's going to be a fast transition. I mean, a lot of the guys out there that may run all the way up till the end of the season with their cars still being, relatively factory stock. We've only got about a month after that, it looks like, to make the changes to the car. So when we built the car, I put a lot of the hobby stock rules package into the car so that we really wouldn't have to make a big transition. And the biggest thing with all of us is going to be the tires. We're going from these, 245 or 255 size tires to these 205s. And it's going to be interesting to see how the cars are going to react to them. I know that we're not going to be able to throw them into the turn one like we used to because there's just not as much contact patch.
Absolutely. And as you note, going to be really interesting to see when we've got everybody under that same package. The racing and the factory stocks has been exciting throughout 2013, and we know we're looking forward to more of that in the second half of the season. 2014 could be absolutely off the charts from that standpoint.
Yeah, it could. It could be really cool to watch. I think it's going to be really nice. I think it's great that we're going to this type of rules package. It takes all the question, all the guesswork out of it. And it offers the drivers the ability to, say, go to different tracks that run the hobby stock rules and not have to, jump up a division to run into a different package. But I think it's really going to be neat. I like the direction it's going. And it's going to be fun.
We talked a little bit about the time commitment to all of this and, of course, the financial commitment to all of this. And, of course, it wouldn't be possible without some big supporters to help you along.
Absolutely. I've got a few sponsors that have really helped us out a lot. Rumor Sports Bar and Grill, they've really come on board here for about the middle of the first half of the season. Have really helped us out a lot. Mike's Lone Wolf Karaoke, who plays there at Rumors Wednesdays through Saturdays. Sign Masters, Radiator Direct, Thomas Paint and Body, Jared Hall over at Extreme Towing is giving me a lot of help. Of course, my mom, I had to put her on the car. She's got her little photography business. She's got Photos by Connie Beshears. And, of course, Pacesetter Homes. Danny Bryan out there has helped us out quite a bit, too.
Well, Jason, we want to thank you ever so much for coming in and visiting with us this morning, as well as the exciting action you've treated us to throughout 2013 so far.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to be here.
Well, we thank you once again. Jason Beshears, driver of the number 64 factory stock, one of the men we're going to be looking forward to seeing in competition in the second half of 2013 at the Diamond in the Desert Cocopah Speedway. Hey, other happenings ongoing around the complex of facilities that include Cocopah Casino and Cocopah Speedway, and here to tell us more about them, Anna Corpus. Good morning, Anna.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for having me again. Tonight at Wild River, starting at 10 p.m., Alien vs. Predator takes the stage at Wild River's Bar and Lounge. Come enjoy the music and drink specials all night long. Also, all ages can enjoy Cosmic Bowling every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Wild River from 6 p.m. until closing. At Cocopah Real Golf Course and Grill, now through August, golf 9 holes with a cart and lunch, all for $15. Draft beer's only $1. So remember, this ends this next week. This is the last week to enjoy 9 holes of golf for only $15 at Real Colorado Golf Course and Grill. Check out their website because they also have men's and women's leagues. Also, Dove season tickets are on sale August 22nd, but I'll give you more details on that next week. Back to you, Mike.
Hey, thanks so much, Anna. And we remind you once again that information on all of those items and more is available at Cocopah.com. And, of course, everything you'd ever need to know about the second half of the 2013 racing season available just as easily at www.CocopahSpeedway.com. And, hey, while visiting there, well, hey, make sure to check out the link as well to Facebook, and be sure to like us on Facebook. Well, summer break may still be on, but the racing news, well, it continues throughout, and we'll be right here to bring it all to you as we count down the weeks, and they are counting down fast towards the second half of the 2013 season at Cocopah Speedway. You've been listening to Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. We'll be back with more next Saturday morning, 11 a.m., here on Outlaw Country, AM 1400.